Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to discuss top 5 businesses to start now to be billionaire in a decade. A lot can happen in a decade, and most businesses don't even make it that far. Indeed, half of small businesses fail by their 5th anniversary. We sought to find out whether certain types of businesses are more likely to stand the test of time, and the answer is yes. If you were to start a business today in one of the 5 most lucrative industries we've profiled ahead, not only is the business likely to be around a decade from now, it is also likely to grow fast and generate strong profits and can make you a billionaire. Here are the best businesses to start now to become future billionaire. Top of the list is technology. Best subsectors: cloud computing, machine learning/AI, and big data. It shouldn't come as a surprise to see technology leading our list. Technology is at the heart of nearly everything we do and experience these days. What's most interesting is how the tech landscape has changed over the last few years and how it's shaping up for the next decade. A decade ago, tech investors mainly invested money in communication tools, social networks, and software as a service. Now, the universe of companies that call themselves technology companies has grown tremendously. Every product or service can have an online distribution channel, and venture capitalists are now investing in beauty brands, fashion labels, and accessories. At the same time, tech investors are putting money into a smaller number of deals, giving rise to giant funding rounds that can make a founder wealthy almost overnight. Small business owners that enter the tech industry should focus on making their product or service user-friendly. In a world full of different gadgets and software, customers crave seamless experiences and are drawn to companies that save them time. In our ranking, the tech industry performed well across the board. Granted, certain tech subsectors are showing slower projected job and output growth compared to a decade ago, but the trends across the industry are positive. At 44%, the tech sector soaks up nearly half of venture capital investment. Tech products and services also command a high profit margin of 12.4%. Output in tech is set to increase from $356 billion in 2016 to $482 billion in 2026, a 135% increase. 2. Health. Best subsectors: biotechnology, health data management, and personalized health. The health sector stands to be one of the largest industries of the future. Health is quickly becoming a highly diversified industry with tons of opportunities for small business owners. Traditional healthcare facilities, like hospitals and primary care practices, are facing closures and declines in profitability. Aspiring entrepreneurs should focus on convenient, personalized, and data-driven health. Spending on healthcare currently accounts for $3.3 trillion, a whopping 18% of the U.S. economy. Companies can cash in by figuring out new ways to manage the millions of records and data points that make up the health sector, and personalizing healthcare in line with other types of consumer experiences. Ross Blankenship, an investor in more than 40 biotech and healthcare companies, says that personalized health is key to the industry's future. The most likely big-time success story in the next decade will be healthcare and biotech companies that personalize both drug and emergency healthcare treatments. Imagine a world in which you enter an emergency room and you walk into an area for immediate treatment because all of your data has been stored in the cloud and allows for rapid response and identification within seconds of entry. Our data shows that nearly a quarter of venture capital dollars go to the health field, second only to tech. And over the last decade, healthcare stocks have posted gains of 185%. The health field has strong projected job and output growth. Back in 2006, the health field accounted for 15 million jobs, but it's expected to make up 23 million jobs in 2026. Over that same time period, output is expected to increase 136%, even faster than the tech sector. 3. Energy. Best subsectors: oil and gas, mining, fracking, and sustainable energy. The energy sector rounds out our top 3 best businesses to start now to be wealthy in a decade. The driving forces behind the energy industry are calls for more sustainability and efficiency, public policy issues, and increases in demand with population growth. Nations around the world are shaping the future of the energy sector, making this an especially good opportunity for international businesses. For example, France and Norway both recently announced ambitious plans to end the use of diesel and gasoline by 2040. For there are also opportunities for synergies between the energy sector and other industries. For example, scientists and engineers are exploring the possibility of energy trading via technology-enabled devices. Most people think that only the renewable energy sector has a bright future, but the need for fossil fuels is still high, according to Vincent Scotena, Chief Marketing Officer of Industrial Motor Power Corp. Despite the politics behind oil and gas, the strong domestic growth in this sector is a reflection of global need. Nearly all countries agree that moving toward renewables is a necessary long-term strategy, but the fact remains that natural gas is an extremely well-suited, in-between fuel solution given its low emissions and large availability. Revenues in the energy sector, particularly in the sectors of mining and oil and gas extraction, are expected to grow 8.1% over the next 5 years. That's higher than any other industry in our analysis. Output in the mining subsector will grow 133% from 2016 to 2026, and job growth is forecast to be positive, as well. The BLS tabulated 626,000 employees in 2016 for the mining sector, compared to 717,000 projected for 2026. While this doesn't seem like a huge numeric increase, the rate of change rather than the size of the industry is most important in this analysis. For finance, best sub-industries, fintech and cryptocurrency. Finance is one of those legacy industries that often lags behind the times in terms of innovation. However, startups now compete with traditional financial institutions like banks and brokerages. This is setting up the industry to offer some unique solutions for consumers. The number one thing that people want from their financial institutions is ease of use. Business owners in this space should focus on making complicated financial topics approachable and easy to understand. Banks are already responding to the opportunity by teaming with startups to increase access to their products. Cryptocurrency is a finance subsector which moves fluidly among the top-ranked industries. For instance, Johnson's A Travel System is one of the first hospitality and transportation platforms to accept Bitcoin. Plus, cryptocurrency is already being utilized in real estate for peer-to-peer property and rent transfers. After media and entertainment, the finance industry had the highest average profit margin. Finance and insurance stocks posted a 66% gain over the last 10 years. Revenue and job growth are expected to be quite strong in this industry, and output is expected to grow from $1.7 trillion in 2016 to $2.2 trillion in 2026, a 126% increase. 5. Real estate. Best sub-industries, online brokerages, online design services, and real estate tech. Real estate, an industry that's closely linked to construction, is going to make big gains over the next decade. The bulk of revenue and output in this industry comes from agents, property managers, and other people and companies providing real estate-related services. However, the BLS also includes other types of companies in this sector, such as equipment rentals and rentals of consumer goods. After the 2008 recession, the real estate industry took a big hit, but it has recovered well and been on an upswing since then. Cities are growing faster as people concentrate in urban clusters, and that poses opportunities for companies and individuals focusing on the urban environment. As technology becomes more central to real estate, it's replacing some of the work done by agents and other individuals. However, it's also giving rise to other types of opportunities in the real estate sector, such as flat-fee online brokerages. According to Leon Goldfeld, the CEO of online brokerage Yorivo, real estate has a lot to gain in the next decade mainly because it's been late to innovate. The real estate industry will experience significant growth over the next decade. This is true because it has been left behind in terms of innovation, giving it the most room for upside. Specifically, the real estate brokerage industry currently suffers from severe inefficiency. Brokerage fees have increased significantly, while the service the industry provides has lessened. Revenue, job, and output growth will be a byproduct of the success of disruptors, and the companies that benefit the most will be the ones that help the consumer the most. In our analysis, the real estate industry didn't pose any outstanding wins in any one category, which is why it falls toward the bottom of the top 5. However, this sector had pretty strong numbers across the board. Profit margins in this industry are at almost 10%, and stocks gained 56% over the last decade. Output and job growth are both expected to be positive over the next decade. Output is slated to grow 126%, putting real estate on par with finance for this data point. To come up with our rankings, we aggregated and analyzed data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, market research firms, and investment firms. I am a firm believer of being the change you want to see. So get started today, and it's never too late. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe this channel for more thoughtful videos.